Hello, everyone out there. Sorry, I didn't see you there. I was reading my book, How to Podcast. It is officially Focus Friday. Hence why I'm dressed up in a shirt and tie. It's a very important evening, and I'm glad that you're all here with us tonight. Last episode was Saturday Night Live. We got a little crazy. Tonight we're dialing it back in. A lot of things have transpired in the last week, and it's important that we lock back into those details. I came dressed for the occasion. You can never be overdressed. And it's Focus Friday. So I had to wear my glasses with no lenses. I had to wear my shirt and my tie. And we gotta be listening to classical music. We got a lot to talk about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's important that we end our week this way, with Focus Friday. What's up, Storm? What's up, Dom? Thank you guys for being here. This is my book. It's called Podcast Like a Pro. I'm preparing myself for tonight. This is the pre-show. And we are dialed in tonight for Focus Friday. It's an amazing night to be here with you tonight. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And I appreciate you for that. I'm going to play some music to get me even more locked in.
One, two. Check me out right here, yo.
Yo, the sun don't shine forever.
I got my tea.
As long as it's here, then we might as well shine together.
I'm so focused. I hope you guys are focused tonight.
And the fam, who you know do it better. Yeah, right. No matter what, we airtight.
I want to thank all the listeners and all the viewers for being here for episode number 4. We have officially made it to 4 episodes. And it is Focus Friday. Stay tuned for a chance to win a G Money dollar. Although some of you are only going to get a G Money coin. I just want to say, G Money Podcast, we global. G Money Podcast, we global. I'm so locked in tonight.
Been on the low lately, the feds hate me. The sun is, they say my killing's too blatant. You hesitate me, I'm in your mama crib waiting. Love taping, your fam, destiny lays in my hands. Egg lays in my waist. Francis, M to the is H phenomenal. Unpressed under your vest, body abdominal. Got a few bars.
We got 8 people on. Hopefully we get that number to 15. 15's my goal for tonight. It is Focus Friday. We got some topics we got to talk about. Make sure you guys are locked in, whatever you're doing tonight. Make sure you're staying focused. We got 8 people on right now. And we're ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. And we are live. We are in the basement. It's Friday night. One more song to get me right. And get you right before we get going here.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth.
Come on.
Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out. Yeah. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out.
VIP coming live from the VIP.
Dial in.
Heard the nightlife.
Time to lock in, baby.
Feds in the state wanna see my lead. The whole city got pissed. Heard he got 3. That other rapper got a hit, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire? Soon as he got free, the king back now. Bros don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, strippers getting naked before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in the shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down.
We gave out 2 G Money dollars last week. We gave out 2 of those. I think it was Checo and Kelly who got dollars. But if you participate in the podcast, you can earn some dollars and turn those in for some merch down the road. The signs are backwards. I can't do anything about it. I'm not sure how I can fix that on the cell phone on Instagram Live. If anybody has any tips for Instagram Live, let me know. Basically, this just says we are here and we are live. It's one of the taglines from the podcast. Tonight we're gonna cover some different topics. I want to get some guests on the podcast. Hello, Jer. It's a pleasure to see you here tonight. No, Mona. No. You have to earn the money. All right. This ain't a stimulus check. I'm not just handing these out to anybody. All right. You got to earn the money. We're gonna talk about. I want to have a guest on for a little mini interview. We're going to talk about the breaching of the Capitol building. I want to talk about public speaking and oratory. And I want to talk about some lyrics from different songs that kind of remind me of what's going on in the world today. We're here. We got 10 viewers and we're live. It's Friday night and it's Focus Friday. There's never a better time than be focused than the night. Steve, does anybody want to join for the 21 questions?
New York City. You are now rapping with 50 Cent. You gotta love it.
We're up to 9. I do look like a Jehovah's Witness. I really do.
Shorty, I need to see you and feel you next to me.
I've had this button-down shirt since 5th grade, I think. These glasses, all right, so let me tell you about this. I used to wear glasses. I got LASIK eye surgery. If anybody out there wears glasses or contacts, I highly suggest getting LASIK eye surgery because you don't need these anymore. These don't even have lenses in them anymore. Never have to wear my contacts again. This is the plug for Dr. Francis Eye and Laser. I went there, 3 years ago. 2020, just like that. 2020 vision, just like that. But I figured I'd wear the frames tonight just to set the tone. Alright, so a lot has happened in the last week and we gotta dial into that. Saturday Night Live was a little bit crazy. It was more of a party than it was a podcast. This is actually a podcast show. This is a show podcast. This is a showcast. All right? It's a mixture of a show and a podcast. And we're in 4 episodes deep now, the G Money podcast, the G Money showcast. We're at about 300 to 400 viewers on Instagram. We got 9 live tonight on Friday night. You know what they say, 9 is better than 8, better than 7, better than 6, better than 5, better than 4, better than 3, better than 2, better than 1. And I'm happy to be here with you tonight. If anybody wants to join and go through a quick 21 questions, let me know. Get up on here.
Find out I was thugging. Do you believe me when I tell you the one I'm loving? Are you mad cause I'm asking you 21 questions? Are you my soulmate? Cause if so, girl, you're blessed.
Tonight is an important night because the NFL playoffs start tomorrow at 1 p.m. All right, we're going to get started. We're going to get started shortly here with Focus Friday. I want everyone dialed in tonight. I want you all on your A game tonight. No excuses tonight. It's Friday night, and we got to be locked in. And we got to be ready to roll. What up, Ty? What up, Ty? How you doing, my guy? I hope you don't think I'm too crazy, but you've already seen this. You've already seen this. I gotta get my clipboard. If I'm a basketball coach, I gotta have my clipboard. My play is pass the ball to Ty. That's my play. I'm a basketball coach, done. Pass it to him. Score. That's my play. That's my basketball play, baby. All right, one more song. One more song. What hat do I gotta wear tonight? I gotta be the focused and professional hat tonight. Saturday Night Live, a little crazy, a little wild. I ain't Francie. Tonight we're locked back in. My guy, Lil Baby.
I ripped it up and flushed with the tissue, try to forget you. I ain't got nothing against you. We human, we all got issues, but I'm tired of being tired. That part of me done died. I see it, then I don't like I'm blind. I'm comforted.
Hello, testing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Testing. It's about to go down on Friday night.
Jumping up on stages, I get 200 occasions, but I really for the game, or we make niggas shut they trap down.
It's about to go down. We are here and we are live in the basement. How does the media make you feel? How does the media make you feel? Does the last couple days make you feel like this? Do you feel like this? Is that how the last couple days made you feel? Does the media make you feel like this? Or do you feel more like this? Or do you feel more like this? The media can paint a lot of pictures. We're gonna dive into that tonight. All right. For a G money dollar, can anybody name this? Name the song, or name the artist. This one's tough. Name the song or name the artist for a G money dollar. Attaboy, Steve. Steve, you officially got your first G Money dollar. Home Alone. All right, one more. This is a judgment-free zone. Anytime you're around me, it's judgment-free zone. So do me a favor. Come as you are. Somebody name that artist for a G Money dollar. Just the artist. Just the artist. Take your time. Hurry up. Choice is yours. Don't be late. Take a breath. Oh, Alexis. So there was a little bit of drama last time around the G Money Dollar giveaways because apparently Checo or no, apparently Kelly said the artist first from what I saw, but then I went upstairs and Alexis told me no. She said it first. So she argued that she needed the G Money Dollar over Kelly. Joe, I'm good. No, I'm good. I got my tea. Tonight's a tea night. It's a professional night and we're locked in and it's a tea night, but thank you. All right, we're 20 minutes in. I appreciate everybody for being here. We're going to get started with the podcast, but just a couple more songs here. Last song, and then we're going.
Man, if I get rocked, this shit for my kids, nigga. It's that real shit. We still hustle till the sun come up. Crack a 40 when the sun go down. It's a cold
All right. All right, I'm ready. I mean, Beanie Siegel, I'm ready to roll here. Okay, let me get myself situated again. Of course, like usual, there is so much going on right now. If you could see everything that's happening right now. Say hello to yourself. Say hello to yourself. All right, we're ready to go here. I'm fired up. Here we go.
Bring them out.
3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the G Money Podcast. I am your host, Gennaro Scampone, and we are here and we are live. We are in the basement. It is episode number 4. It is officially Focus Friday. We are locked in tonight. There is some controversial topics that we need to discuss, but we do that on the G Money Podcast. We can do whatever you need. You want to have a party, we party. You want to talk business, we can talk business. You want to talk politics, we can talk politics. And tonight is Focus Friday. I thank everybody for being here tonight. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate you for that. It's a pleasure having everybody on. A lot has transpired since the last time we spoke. Last time was Saturday Night Live. There was a party going on in the group chat. I like when the group chat is popping. Business up front, party in the chat. Keep things spicy in there. So what happened this week? There was a breaching of the Capitol building. Everybody was plugged in. Everybody was watching it live. An amazing thing about what's happening in our society today with technology is we're so close to the action. We are always so close to the action. We might as well been in the Capitol building with them. It is made for an unbelievable photo op. The entire time I was watching the Capitol building and everything going on there, they were live, but a different type of live. I couldn't think, and I couldn't stop thinking of an unbelievable TikTok time and an unbelievable time for some photo ops. And with those photos, there was some amazing viral photos that came of that event. I want to bring light to the situation, okay? A lot of people feel negatively or positively about what happened at the Capitol building. I'm gonna make light of it a little bit here. And we're going to find it a little bit entertaining, because if you could find something entertaining, you can grasp it and understand it better. And you could live with it better. And that's what we're trying to do here on the G Money Podcast. So the media portrays, like, I understand where the media is coming from. They need to have clicks. They need to get clicks. They need to get viewers. I get that. I'm in showbiz. I understand that. 8 viewers here tonight. I want to make sure it's entertaining to you. You can go to TikTok right now and just swipe up 15,000 times for the next 4 hours and get your entertainment. I need to keep you locked in here in the G Money podcast. So I get where the media is coming from. They have a job to do. But with that job, it makes everything a little exaggerated, I would say. But either way, we've gotten some amazing photos from that. Here's an individual who looks like he's hanging from the Senate floor. Look at this guy. See, a lot of these people that are protesters, they've been waiting for their whole lives to run up on the state capitol building. They have been practicing tactical things their entire life so they can go and deliver in that moment. And they delivered. This guy did not have to hang. He did not have to hang by one hand. But he's prepared for it his whole life and he executed it. The next photo of this crazy man. Look at this guy. This guy was my hero. He was my absolute favorite guy of the Capitol building. Look at how, I got to get that hat. I got to get that hat for the G Money podcast. When I was seeing him live, it was unbelievable. And then I found out he was at the BLM, the Black Lives Matters protest too. He's double dipping on everything. He's a protest lifer and they're out there. And they are well trained for this moment, this guy right here. Unbelievable. The next photo. This one hit home for me. This one hit home for me. I feel like this guy every day at work. I felt this guy. This is how a lot of Americans feel at work right here. And he ran up on the state capitol building and did that. Matter of fact, I don't even know if it's the state capitol building. I think it's the federal capitol building in Washington, D.C. I feel like this was all one big field trip. I feel like all the protesters, it was one big field trip. Like me and my brother, my grandparents took us to Albany Capitol building as like a little field trip when we were younger. My grandparents always took us to the dollar store. My grandfather, he used to bring us to the dollar store and used to say, you can get anything that you want in this place. And me and my brother would be like, oh my God, best grandfather in the world. We can go and get anything we want. And then come to find out 5 years later, we grow up and we figure out that everything in the place was a dollar store. But anyway, my grandparents used to take us on little field trips and adventures. And I swear to you, me and Sal took the same picture. Feet up, 11-year-old little kids. So I felt that guy. Listen, good for him for going in there and kicking his feet up like that. And the next photo that I want to touch on is the people scaling the wall. Look at this. These people are scaling the wall. But guess what? It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive that they went and got the barricades and they used those as ladders. Like, these are epic pictures. These pictures are going to be written in the history books. And our kids are going to look at it and be like, wow, what crazy times our parents grew up in. But we watched the whole thing and all I could think of was like, these people are kind of nuts. But the media will paint a picture to you and it'll make you feel like everything is terrible. Everything in the world's terrible, but they need clicks. And I understand that. But we're here and we're together and everybody's feeling good and living good tonight. So this kind of reminded me, the whole Capitol building, the whole breach, the storming of the Capitol building, it kind of felt like a little bit of a setup because there was nobody there at the Capitol building ready to stop these people for a little bit of time. And they breached the Capitol building. They got in so easily. Like, I have a harder time getting into my house sometimes. These people just got into the Capitol building and it felt a little bit made up. I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy. I try and look at the facts and I try and look at like what can you actually execute when it comes to a conspiracy theory. And most of the time, conspiracy theories are just too big for me to wrap my head around. And I don't know if humans are smart enough to execute those vast conspiracy theories. So I'm not sure if this one's a conspiracy theory, but this thing brought attention to something that I read in a book. It was a John F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King book. And basically, John F. Kennedy assigned Bobby Kennedy to a lot of different things to help him out. And what was going on in the 60s was there was a student a black student trying to enroll in Ole Miss. And the governor of Mississippi at the time was not having it. And the way that he was speaking to the people publicly was making them rebel and revolt and protest. And it turned into this big ordeal. This one student got into Ole Miss. He was planning on going to register on a certain particular day, and the governor was not going to let him do so. So Bobby Kennedy called up this gentleman. His name was Ross Barnett. He was the governor of Mississippi. Bobby Kennedy called this dude up and was like, listen, man, we have to get on the same page here or else there's going to be bloodshed in the streets. So Ross Barnett was a hard-headed guy. He was an old Southern man, so you could kind of put the pieces together on how he was. He was not going to let this individual get into Ole Miss. Not going to let this black kid get into Ole Miss. So Bobby Kennedy and Ross Barnett got on the phone. And Ross Barnett was an individual who was very stubborn, and he came up with a plan. And the plan was to put together a plot. And the plot was, the governor and Bobby Kennedy got on the same page, was that Bobby Kennedy was going to call in the U.S. Marshals to the doorsteps of Ole Miss. And the U.S. Marshals were going to come in, and they were all going to point their guns directly at Governor Barnett. He was a prideful man. He didn't want to step down, but he knew he was going to lose, and he knew he had to accept defeat. But he wasn't going out without a fight. So behind the scenes, these two gentlemen in positions of leadership made a plan and made a plot that the U.S. Marshals were going to storm Ole Miss, put their guns to the head of Ross Barnett, the governor of Mississippi, and make him stand down. Make him publicly stand down. The plot didn't end up happening, but when I was reading that in that book, it just made me think about how many different plots have been put together to show to the media. And this one kind of reminded me, the storming of the Capitol building kind of reminded me of that situation. What came to mind was, this is our last hurrah. The Trump supporters, this was our last hurrah. Let's make it worthwhile. Let's storm the Capitol building so that the media can portray this. It goes down in the history books as one last attempt to win. Although I think they're starting to accept defeat. So the fact that a governor and Bobby Kennedy could call each other on the phone and say, this is the plan, and get the media in on it, and get the U.S. Marshals in on it, I can't believe that they did that. But it happens so much in our society, and you never know this could be a situation like that. But what a time to be alive. What a time. They stormed the Capitol building, and then they went home. They packed up and they went home, and it was gone. We went back to work. Everybody was back. I just want to know if all the protesters, are we over it? I think we're over it. Can we move on now? Can we move towards progress? I think we're over it. And I think we're in a position right now that the next 12 months is crucial to how we come out of this. The pandemic, the BLM movement, everything like that. This is crucial. So that's why we're here in Focus Friday, and we're locked into that. So that leads me into my next point, and something that I have been interested in for quite a while now, and that is a word called oratory. Oratory is the art and the skill of public speaking. And for some reason, humans are motivated and influenced by words and sound waves and sound bites. And we have to be aware of that the media and people in powerful positions will use that to their advantage. So while you guys are watching the news, listen to those sound bites that keep coming at you, and you keep hearing them. You hear them for a reason. They're telling them for a reason. Trump used to do it with the stock market. During the pandemic, when the stock market would start to plunge, he would say little sound bites and little words like great, better, best. And they would hit home to the American people, and you would see the stock market go up the next day. And then he would quiet down. Some other sound bites would come through from the media that were more negative, and you'd see the stock market go down. And then Trump would come back in live, and you'd see the stock market go up. That's how powerful language is to the people. And there has been some amazing orators in our day, and they speak to the people. One, for example, is Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, some amazing coaches. Way back when humans were first made, hundreds of thousands of years ago, there was different kinds of humans. There was more than just Homo sapiens, which what we are now. And they went extinct. And over time, we rebounded, and we came into what we are today. But one of those crucial points over time that allowed us to carry on and survive was the development of language, and was the evolution of language. We went from at one point in time to be like, hey, there's a bear right there, be careful. And over time, as our brains got bigger and as we've evolved, we were able to have more complex communication. And that has allowed us to survive for so long. But with the gift of language that we have as humans, it also comes negatively to us. It can be used against us. So as I'm speaking to you right now, I hope that I'm using words of togetherness and entertainment, but some people use words to divide. And they understand oratory, and they understand what sound bites and what words to use, what language to use to impact you to do what they want. We just need to be aware of that. So the evolution of language has come so far, but it's still used as a weapon against us. And we need to keep on with that. So I'm hoping that the orator tonight is up to standard for you all. I'm still working on it. Public speaking has been something I've been fortunate enough to do for a while now. But every time I go up and get on stage to speak to my players or to parents or at work or what have you, I make sure that I'm dialing in and I'm executing to deliver those sound bites to you. It's so important to understand that you get what you emphasize, and what we are emphasizing right now as a nation is depression and sadness and hate. We're emphasizing it. We got to find a way to do something other than that. We're so addicted to it. As much as we want things to change, we love the drama. We love the drama, and I can't figure out why. I think it's because it's some sort of dopamine hit that we're addicted to now because of the cell phone, because of the media, because of the news. And it just keeps coming over and over again. So as much as we want to step away and we want to come together as a country and a nation, we still click on those things. Do you guys hear Duchess barking right now? Talk about oratory. She's got some deep, mean oratory. She sounds mean. So for some reason, we as a people are attracted to drama and negative things, and I don't understand why. As long as we keep clicking on those things and we keep tuning into the media, we're going to keep getting it. You get what you emphasize. But here on the G Money podcast, we emphasize so much more than that, and we got guests coming in, we got audience, and we are live. We were up to 12 viewers today, and I'm so proud of that. We're only spitting the truth here. We're only spitting the facts, but no fact checkers. So make sure you guys are staying aware to what the message is sent to you at all times. Make sure you're conscious of what you're clicking on, because that's what we've come to at this point in time. We're clickers. We click for Twitter. We click for Instagram. We click for Facebook. All the media and everybody wants all the clicks, and we're just the clickers. But here on the G Money Podcast, we're so much more than that. We are 38 minutes here, and we are live. I appreciate everybody. Let's see what's going on in the group message right now. Is it a group message? What's it called? It's an IG live message. I'm gonna keep calling it group message because that's the sound bite that I know.
The pod chat.
The show pod chat. Dutch is down. Dutch, come here. See if we can get you on for the people. Come here. Come here.
Here, Dutch.
Right here. Say hello to everybody. Come here. Say hi to everybody, Dutch. Okay, that's my dog, Duchess. She wanted to get in on the podcast. She listens to dog podcasts. She doesn't understand what I'm saying, but she's going to tune into her favorite dog podcast later on tonight. Okay, while we're digging deep right now, I want to go on to something that's another important topic, and it goes hand in hand with everything we see right now. I'm going to talk about one more segment, and then we're going to log off of IG Live. I'm going to talk about one more segment, okay? Here we go. So, it seems to me like because we're addicted to the negative things and we're clicking on the negative things, we're going to get deep here. We're all suffering from some sort of pain. For some reason, we all have some sort of anxiety. Some people deal with it differently than others, but there's some sort of pain that we all have as humans. I think with the gift of consciousness comes pain, and we all have it. And it's perfect for the times right now because everyone's feeling that pain and they're attracted to all the negative things that we see in the media. So a rapper named Vic Mensa, I'm in a Facebook group chat. I'm in a Facebook group, and one of my friends, Keith, uploaded this song, and Vic Mensa said something in the song that really hit home to me. For some reason, I feel like today's society, we're more anxious than we ever have. But I don't know that as a fact. I don't really need anybody to fact check that, but I just feel like we're worrying more, there's more depression going on right now. We need to figure that out. So, this song called Be Free, We Could Be Free by Vic Mensa. I'm going to play it. I'm going to try and get to this spot. He says something that that's stuck with me for a long time that I'm still trying to wrap my brain around. He says, we're slaves to the pains of each other. And when he said that, it made a lot of sense, but no sense at all. And I'm still trying to wrap my brain around it. I'm going to break it down for you here.
We only knew we were slaves to the pains of each other. One thing I believe I could learn, to see my enemy as my brother, then we could be free, truly. And love could wash away all the sorrows. I'm not afraid to bleed.
He says one more important thing here.
We make a better today, not tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, Vic. Vic Mensa, We Could Be Free. Great song. There's a live version on YouTube. I suggest that one over the regular version. The regular version has Ty Dolla $ign as a feature in it. So he says, we could be free if we knew we were slaves to the pains of each other. And then another thing that he says is, make a better today, not tomorrow. For some reason, we always want to look into the future. And how can tomorrow be better for us? And how can a month from now be better for us? Why not today? Why not right now? Why not start right now and focus in on day to day? Why wait? There's no better time than now to try and make your life better and make the world around you better. But he says we could be free if we knew we were slaves to the pains of each other. So what my interpretation of that, and if anybody else wants to join in, is we all have pain, we all suffer from pain, and we push it onto other people. And by doing so, that person is negatively affected, and I am negatively affected. So like when I was watching these guys do this, they're suffering from something in their life. And they think by doing this is going to make their lives better. They're blaming the government. They're blaming everything else for the pains that they feel. We just need to understand that pain is a part of life and that we all have it. And the government's not going to be able to do anything to save that from you. He also said something that was interesting, and he said, pain is subjective. He says this in his song. And that was another thing that was pretty deep that I was trying to wrap my brain around. And what I interpret that is that, once again, everybody feels pain, but the levels of pain that we feel differs from person to person. And the reason that why we suffer from pain differs from person to person. So we always want to get after people for what we are consciously or subconsciously feeling. And we think that if we broadcast it externally onto somebody else, it's going to make us feel better. But it doesn't. And the cycle continues on and on. Another song that was very important to me by Bob Marley, a song called Redemption Song. He says something in that song. I'll play it right now. He says something in that song that's along the same lines as this. This is a pretty deep song. It's called Redemption Song. Focus Friday, I told you we're getting deep. It's not Saturday Night Live tonight. We're getting deep tonight.
Just a rabbi sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after
I'm going to try and find this. I don't know. Actually,
from the bottomless pits, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly.
All right. I don't know if he said it yet, but he says, none but us can free our own minds. So that goes hand in hand with what I just said, is that only you can help you. And by helping yourself, you'll help the rest of the world. So, like, Trump isn't going to make you feel any better. Biden's not going to make you feel any better. Only you are. There he goes, right here.
Have no fear for it. Redemption song.
He says something. Yes, Steve. He says something.
Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time.
So he says right there, have no fear for atomic energy. I don't know what he means with that, but none of them can stop the time. So regardless of what the United States is going through right now, nothing that happens that we see in the media, see on Twitter, can stop the time. The time keeps on rolling, and we keep going with it. So I hope that resonated to some of you. Just to recap, we're slaves to the pains of each other. Make a better today, not tomorrow. And none but us can free our own minds. Those lyrics spoke to me and will for a long time. One more thing I want to talk about while we're still here is, so in the NFL, or excuse me, in football and coaching football, you have something called 1v1. Basically, you line up, there's a receiver and a cornerback, and you go 1v1 against each other. And there's one man that wins, there's one man that loses. Okay? So we're gonna have a little 1v1 session right now. And I want to get some feedback from the viewers. Okay? So when I dissect the world and society and anything really on my day-to-day life, team, my football team, anything at work, there's two ways to look at it. Okay? I'm gonna get out there right now with you guys. I'm gonna get deep again. We're gonna go out there. You're gonna go into the mind of G Scamp right here. When you think about government, when you think about the world, is it one random act? Is it all random, like an ink blot, like a splatter, where the majority of us live right here in the middle, and then you have people all the way on the outskirts like this, and it's just one crazy random act? You get all the BLM protesters are here, and then you get all the Trump protesters here, but we're all a part of the same ink blotter. We're all a part of the same splatter. And is there any rhyme or reason to it? Or is it just all random? Can you control it? Can you control what's going on in the world? Or is it just one splash? Or This is the other 1v1. Are we a machine where every single part has a purpose and is intentional, and you can control the machine by adjusting one thing, adjusting another, and you have full control? So are we Splatter or are we machine? Is it one crazy random act of life? Hopefully us, I don't know. A lot of us are right here in the ink splatter. I think I'm a little bit out here. We're on the edges a little bit. Or is it a machine? That's how I break down any certain sort of decision making I need to make. This is all crazy randomness and chaos, and you got to control it a little bit? Or is it a machine? And I pull the levers, and you get different outcomes. If we're a machine, you better not slip up. Because if you slip up, the machine don't work anymore. So if we're a machine, make sure you stay oiled up. Make sure you put in fuel in the gas tank. And let's keep the party rocking and rolling here. I just want to give everybody some workout reminders, some exercise reminders. Make sure you're doing something consistent. It could be once a week for 6 months. That's consistent. It could be once every 2 weeks for 12 months. That's consistent. It could be every single day of the week for 12 months. It can be consistent. But the most important thing is that we're staying consistent with our exercising. If you're not someone who commits every day, do it 1 day a week and try it out like that. If you are someone who goes every day, keep it going. You don't even need to listen to me. Keep the party going. The next thing is, make sure your workouts are intense enough to make an adapt change on your body. Okay? We want to make sure it's intense enough that your body, your woo is thrown off and it's going, wait a second, something's happening again. I need to become stronger. Let's not waste any time in the gym or exercising without an intense enough workout. Push the gas while you're there. Push the gas. Push yourself every time you're in the gym. Push yourself every time you're going for a walk, every time you're going for a run, taking the dog for a walk. Guess what? Same applies for dogs too. If you have a dog, make sure you're exercising them. They enjoy it just as much as you do. They need it as much as you do. Push the throttle a little bit. Push the gas on them a little bit. Run with them until they're gassed. They will adapt just like we are, just like we do. One more thing I want to leave you with. No, there's actually two more things. One more thing is, make sure you're feeding your dogs good food. Make sure you're feeding them grain-free food. I'm big on exercise. I'm big on diet for humans. I think the same should apply for dogs. Make sure you get them the expensive stuff, because if not, you're getting the cheap stuff. You're getting the generic stuff off-brand, and it's like feeding them McDonald's every single day. You wouldn't feed yourself McDonald's every day, so don't do it to your dog. I want to give one more shout-out before we leave. I want to give a shout-out to all of the people in the group message. We have a great fan base right now. We're bigger than Bitcoin. We're the best thing going. We only got 10 people on right now. But I go as you go, and we go together. The last thing I want to do is give a shout out. While we're on the topic of Focus Friday, I want to focus on Oneida County, Herkimer County area. It's unfortunate what's happening because we were just about to hit our stride. Oneida County was so much construction happening downtown. There was so much vibe coming into the city. We had so much momentum. And the two things that we hang our hat on, that's what? Food and entertainment. Sports, specifically. Those are two things that if you come to Oneida County, you can say, all right, that's where they get a lot of their revenue from. The restaurant industry and the entertainment industry have been impacted by the virus so bad. And it's just so unfortunate that those are our two main sources of revenue. So do what you can to make sure everybody stays afloat. I know that we're supposed to, fire's out. Fire's out. Oh no, thank you, Dominique. Fire's out. I got to do this, right? I got to do this. Oh, it's not looking good. Come with me. Walk down this pathway with me. Let me show you. Let me show you how it's done. I'll give you some tips right now. Okay, so basically, the fire is out right now. It's important when you make a fire, you have hot coals. The hot coals is what makes everything right. You can't start a fire. You can start a fire, but to keep a good one going, you need those coals hot. All right, so look inside. Those are hot coals, right? So once you get the coals, then you add the wood. Once the coals are hot, you add the wood. You add some oxygen to it. Lots of oxygen. Gonna pass out here. And it's lit again. It's almost lit again. It's working on being lit again. One more. I hope everybody doesn't think I'm absolutely crazy. Because I am a little bit crazy, but it's okay. All right. So shout out to Oneida County. Shout out to Herkimer County. Let's keep this party. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep the fight. Bring the fight to them. All right. It's one or two things. Either we wait for all this to pass, and then once dining and entertainment and the sports business comes back, we hit it hard and we bring the revenue back up, or we adapt. We adapt and we find another source of revenue. And we adapt as Oneida County into something else. We can do that. We're capable of doing that. There's some amazing people that come from the Utica area. So let's stay confident and let's keep the fight going. Last thing I want to leave you guys with is during these times, as chaotic as it is, it's important to be adaptable. It's important to be flexible. You need to be like water. There's a reason why we're made up 75% of water. I don't know if that's a fact, but here on the G Money podcast, it is indeed a fact. Water takes on the shape of anything that you pour it into. If you pour it into a cup, it becomes a cup. If you pour it into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Sometimes water can flow and be calming. Sometimes water can crash and be aggressive. We need to be like water. We need to be adaptable in these times. Don't be too rigid. Make sure the woo is strong with you. It's been a pleasure here. We'll go out with one good song. We'll go out. Hey, we might as well, while we're on it, we might as well keep this song going here. We're gonna do
no more. Same for my father, born in Ghana, down on that dirt road floor. Far as he came, I can't complain, but pain is so subjective. Spend so much time counting issues, I forget to count.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a great night. It's been a pleasure being with you here on Focus Friday. We are 56 minutes in. I can't believe I've held your attention for this long. Thank you. We will be back again whenever I feel like it. If anybody wants to be, we didn't have any guests today on the show. That's unfortunate. But if anybody wants to be a guest on the show, or you have a segment, or you have a topic, please let me know. You can get some G Money dollars. I think Steve got a G Money dollar and Alexis got a G Money dollar. You'll be able to turn those in eventually for some gear, for some swag. G Money Podcast. We are global. G Money Podcast. We are live. G Money Podcast. Thank you. Over and out. See you next time. Peace out.
True.